Hey guys, it's Deb Joyce Meek with Delight in My Art. Today we're making a gift card holder that folds flat. And I have an old sample and I realized that the punch that makes the little clasp part is retired. So let's go ahead and make a new one. But I love the layout of this little purse, and it folds completely flat. And since there's magnets in here, you could store a bunch of them right on top of each other and reuse them year after year. You could hang them on your tree, or just keep reusing them, or just have a bunch on hand. If you do craft fairs, you could store them without all of the stuff inside, whatever you don't sell. So that's kind of nice to have the option of opening it and storing it flat. So since we don't have this little punch part, I'm going to show you what I've used for recent ones. So let's go ahead and take out some paper. So the first thing is we need a piece of 6x6 DSP, and I already cut one, but I'm not sure where it went. I just moved things to the side so I could start the video, and now I'm not even ready. Well, let's go ahead and grab this piece. Oh, there it is. I see it. And my pieces just fell. That's okay. This piece is a gorgeous piece from this paper pack that is called Whimsy and Wonder 12x12 Specialty Designers paper. It is beautiful. It's got iridescent shimmer on there. And so we're going to be using this 6x6 piece to make this fold flat gift card holder. So I'm going to take my trimmer out. And these measurements are pretty simple, but we'll go over them a couple times because I'm actually going to make a couple of these. So I do have directional paper on the back, and I want my purse to fold this way so I can see all the colors a little bit on the inside. So it does matter a little bit which way you fold it. The outside pattern, I would say pick one that is not directional, since when you have your little gift purse, it will be directional on the front side, but then on the back it would be upside down. If that doesn't bother you, that's fine. But I would say at least the outside should be non-directional if you can help it. So this way, if you are looking at the front side up and down, you go ahead and score at 1 1/4. I'm just going to put it to the right side of the blade here. Make sure you're using your scoring blade, not your trimming blade. 1 1/4, and again on the opposite side. So I'm going to turn that completely around. 1 1/4 on both sides. And then flip it one turn to the right. We're going to be doing at 2 1/2 and 3 1/2. And that's it. So there's no cutting needed. There's no dies needed to make this cool little purse. It's just a bunch of folding. Not a bunch, just a little bit of folding. So there we go. We've got one here, here, and a skinny panel here. Hopefully you can see that. Thanks for popping on, guys, and saying hello. I love when you say hello. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give this a fold on those folds. Nice and just a subtle fold. It doesn't need to be crisp. I don't want my DSP, sometimes it's a little bit delicate, so we don't want to stress it out too much. Now here's the tricky bit, and so we'll be paying attention to this part. This fold line right here needs to come and meet this fold line here. So what we're going to do is kind of put my thumb in where that corner is, and we need to make a fold like that. So I'm going to be laying it flat and pushing that, hopefully this makes sense, pushing that whole score line there over to this score line here. So once it gets over there, I'm going to crease this fold right here. So that will make a little fold like that. So you'll be doing that 4 times on each side. So again, you want this fold line to meet this one over here. It's a little bit tricky to kind of figure out how that goes, but make sure it goes all the way to the corner. Fold it over, and then once you get it where you need it, go ahead and burnish that with your fingernail or a bone folder. So that is half. Ooh, stacks are falling. We've got a little fold right here. So that's half of our purse. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Gosh, that's so pretty. Iridescent. I love all the shine on here. So I'm going to fold this like this. Give that a press. And again, fold the two lines together. Just kind of softly bend it until you are ready to burnish that inside diagonal fold. Okay, so now we have this start of this little purse, and this will fit a gift card right in there. It fits snack or fun size little candy bars. You could fit chapstick in here. You could fit little mini Hershey bars. There's so many things that fit in this little shape here. So you can fit Twix bars, 3 little mini Twix bars standing up on end. So from here, you have to pick out what color you want your little clasp to be, depending on your paper. I've chosen Blushing Bride to just kind of match. And the punch that I used is this Label Me Fancy punch. It has this nice punch part, and it also has little tiny extra little bits that you could use as holes or like a little slit to cut in other things. This is a nice, fancy, useful punch. But I punched 2 of the label sizes for this. And I also will be using this ribbon. You'll need 2 pieces at 7 inches. This is called the Blushing Bride. I think it's a frayed ribbon. Frayed grosgrain ribbon. So I have 2 of those. And the adhesive you do want to be using for this is Stampin' Seal Plus. This is very strong. You could also use tear and tape. This is just quicker for me. So open your bag back up, and we have a crease line here that's diagonal. This whole little piece right here, we're going to be going on the inside of that. So see how this is an inside fold? We don't really need to be putting adhesive on that side. It's not going to open up there at all. So I'm going to put adhesive here, here, and here. All of the outside parts that could potentially open up. So I'll just go ahead and do that on all 4 sides here. So we've got it here, outside corner, outside corner. So the diagonal, outside, outside. And I went over the line a little bit. And if you do that, just kind of take your fingernail and kind of roll it back across the line. We don't want that across the line. Sometimes I get a little excited about my adhesive. All right. And this side. And right here. Okay, so now that we've got the adhesive on there, this folds in this way. We're going to put one of the pieces of ribbon right here, about 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch in. And before I push this down, I want to make sure that my ribbon is centered on this little panel that I'm pushing over. So that looks centered to me. I will go ahead and press this whole piece down. So now it should be sealed in there. And this side, I'm going to take this ribbon, and on the same side that it's attached on this side, I'll be attaching on this side. So see, I'm using this and just moving it around this way. This will make it a nice handle for us. So again, I'm going to place it about 3/4 inch or so in. And before I press this down, I'll go ahead and hold this in place and just kind of gently fold this over. And then I'll scoot my ribbon over until it's centered with this strip right here and give that a press. And then we just have to do the other side. I want to be careful not to push these down because they do have adhesive on them already. So be careful when you're turning it around. I'll take my other 7-inch ribbon, stick it in about 3/4 inch into the bag. You want to give it a good amount to be secure in there. and centered on this little panel. Give it a press. Turn my ribbon around, facing the same way. And that looks pretty centered to me. So that should give us our little bag here with even handles, because since we measured the ribbon to begin with. Isn't that cute? So now we have to figure out a way to secure it at the top. So you could have a bunch of different options. Maybe you could go do a clip here or glue a whole panel across the top. But what I've chosen to do is use magnets, and I love using magnets. They're just so polished feeling. I love the click that it does when it closes, and it really helps to store them well if you're just storing a bunch of them together. So let me show you what I did with this Label Me Fancy Punch. So I cut 2 labels, and I'm actually going to cut them in half as evenly and straight as I can. You could measure this, but I don't think it's necessary. All right, so I've got 2 of those. I'm going to take one of them and put some strong Stampin' Seal Plus adhesive on the bottom strip there. And I will put that on one side of the purse on the outside. So just kind of sticking up a little bit and centered as much as I can. So right there. So that will be what the clasp will look like. I think that will look nice. And then on the inside, we're going to be taking a strong neodymium, I think they're called, magnets. I got these on Amazon. This is 3/4 of an, no, it's not 3/4 of an inch. It's 3/8 of an inch. Don't get 3/4 of an inch. That'd be way too big. And you'll be taking some glue dots, and I seem to have misplaced my glue dots. I might just open up a new one. They're almost gone anyway. New glue dots. So we just take this and stick it, it doesn't matter which side, for your first one, and just stick it on a glue dot. And I would put it kind of overlapping your bag and the top piece. You want to leave enough room at the top here because you want to seal another piece of paper, this other little label, on top of this, and you want it to adhere above the magnet so that you kind of enclose it. So I'll stick that right there, and then I'm going to cover this whole piece with adhesive. This is why I use the Stampin' Seal Plus instead of liquid glue. I think that would kind of ooze out, especially since we're going to be pushing on this a lot. So I'm going to cover that with adhesive. Anything that goes over the edge, again, just kind of fold back over, since these have little square or rectangular little pieces of adhesive, and then just kind of match up that top edge and really press so that that is all sealed around that magnet. Since we have the outside on the back, on the bottom, and this side is on the top, all of the bump of the magnet, see, pushing through, should be on the inside, and the outside should stay nice and flat and pretty. So you can see the bump of the magnet on this side. You shouldn't be able to see it from this side. Yep. So that should make it look cleaner when it's finished. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side, but we will be taking out a magnet. Let's see. Magnets, they're there. They came in this little bag, so there's a whole bunch in here. In order to get them off, you just kind of slide off sideways one more magnet. So I'm just going to put that on here so I know which direction it will go. And then we're going to adhere the outside of this one again. I'm going to fold my bag so I can kind of get it about the same distance up, if that makes sense. I want to match up my little pieces here as best I can, so that when those close together, they're even. That looks good. Now I'm going to put a glue dot on the other side of this. So as it's on there, just sitting there, I'm going to put a glue dot right on there. If it will take. Well, maybe it doesn't like that glue dot. Let's try this one. All right, I'll just take it off with my scissors. Glue dots are being fussy. All right, we'll just do this. It's all contained inside once we glue it together anyway. This is just to kind of give it a spot to go. All right, so I'm gonna line this up again and give it a press. And now this magnet should be, yep, attached to this other side. So now we know that the magnets are polarized correctly and that they will close evenly with the purse. So let's go ahead and put the other side of this on. I want to get it all the way to the top so I can really get it sealed around that magnet on the inside. Okay. Give it a press all the way around that circular magnet. So we know that that's not going to fall out or anything. And there we have our little purse. So again, if you make all of your little clasps the same size, your little purses should fold flat and be magnetized to each other. If I can get it right, yep, see, they just kind of click to each other. If these were the same length, they would work a little bit better, but they store really nice and flat that way. Okay, and now you can either leave it as is or decorate the front. So I thought that I would decorate the front here. And when I stand it up, sometimes it tends to tilt a little bit one way or another. So it looks like this side is a little bit more rounded. So I'm going to say that that's the front. Sometimes there's a pattern that you like and you could pick that to be your front. But I'm going to use this. Okay, so earlier I stamped this in basic gray. May Your Season Sparkle. I thought that seemed to fit really well with this. That sentiment is from Snowflake Wishes. This set right here, it has a whole bunch of really pretty snowflakes and also matching dies called So Many Snowflakes. Super pretty. So I like this little open panel here. We've got to play with this. But I used this little snowflake here to cut out an iridescent snowflake. I don't know if you've seen these in the catalog. We have these really nice big iridescent snowflakes. And the greatest thing about these is they come on the whole sheet and you punch them out yourself. Well, that means that you have all this extra bits to use to punch out and die cut anything else that you want. So I used a little piece here to cut out this little snowflake. So I think that will look nice. We also have some opal rounds. So I wasn't sure which to decorate this with. So I thought, why not keep my options open? I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet because this is the first one that I'm making. So let's cut this out. This is going to, let's see, I think I'm going to use this seasonal label. That seemed to fit pretty good. And this is what that whole set looks like. Seasonal labels. I love all of these labels in this set. That's from the Painted Christmas Suite that's on the cover of the catalog. So I'm just going to cut this piece of paper so it's a little bit easier to manage. I don't like running extra pieces of cardstock through my die cutting machine because the plates tend to have little grooves and marks from other times I die cut, and it will mar up the surface of paper that isn't that you don't need to have cut. So I always trim it to the smallest that I need and then just discard that piece. So let me go ahead and bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I love this thing. It's so cute and small. Okay, so plate number 1 and 2. My paper and label or die. This actually seems to fit really well. Look how well that little swoosh fits in that little curved part. And another number 2 plate. Hopefully this isn't too big for the purse. It is kind of a big label for this, but we'll see. Excuse the shaking. Put that down. Get our little label here. All right. Oh my goodness, there's a bug in here. Okay. That's weird. We live in the country. We get lots of bugs. May your season sparkle. So I'm going to stick that right there, I think. Should I do this little snowflake? Oh, that looks cute, right? Oh, I like that kind of going up to the top there. Maybe we can even put one of the opal rounds on the middle of that. That looks cute. Okay. I'm going to, should I put that up or down? I'm going to do it flat actually, because this is going to go over top of this. Otherwise, I would put this on dimensionals and just have it pop out a little bit. But since this is so delicate, I don't want it kind of sticking up and getting snagged on anything. So I will actually put this flat. Ooh. Oops. And you can use liquid glue on this one. I'm having trouble with this right now. Okay. Well, that's okay. It will still stick. And this was our front. I will use liquid glue on this one. It's super delicate, so we want this to be all these little tiny spots here with some glue. Not too much. I don't want it to squeeze out. Just on the biggest bits of the back there. Boop. Uh-oh. I should have tweezers. Okay, there. I'm going to put it right there. So there's a little piece that's kind of sticking off. That shouldn't snag too bad. There. All right, well, are these too big to go on there? They're pretty, but they are really big. So I like to float it on the end of my scissors because it kind of lets me see things without sticking it down. Oh, that might be cool. Maybe do 1, 2, 3. But it already has enough sparkle too. My scissors are sticking to the magnet. We'll do that. 1, 2, 3. We'll see how that looks. Oh. I didn't stick that down all the way yet. I'm just gonna move it so it's, oops, right in that little bump there. Come on. Yeah, right there. Never too much sparkle, right, Becky? That's right. Yeah, and since it says may your season sparkle, we have to add some more sparkle. That's cute. All right, so there's one of our gift purses. And now I started another one and I didn't finish it. So this one is using the other sparkly paper that we have. Oops, I'm trying to find the name of it. Peaceful Place Specialty Paper. And this one has a bunch of silver sparkles. So this one again has snowflakes that are iridescent, not iridescent. These are silver sparkles. So I was going to finish this one up and I cut basic gray labels. And I heat embossed this Merry Christmas sentiment using this For Unto Us stamp set, a really nice Christ-centered stamp set. It's underlined with Christ here. Christmas begins with Christ, Merry Christmas. Oh, come let us adore him. I have really liked this set. So we'll go ahead and put the little labels on this one too. Hopefully our Stampin' Seal Plus is going to behave right now. All right, I'm actually going to put this up just a little bit higher this time. And we got to get some more magnets out. 2 more magnets. 1, 2. I'm putting them far apart because they are very strong magnets, and that way I won't lose them. All right. Cover this other side with adhesive. And again, the measurements I'll be putting in the description of the video here. I'm also going to be uploading this to YouTube, so the descriptions will be in the notes below. If you'd like to be added to my email list and get some free tutorials every Tuesday, I'll be putting a link in the YouTube notes to join my email list also. And if you'd like to place an order, I've got my ordering information up here along with my current host code. I always appreciate the support. I'm going to fold this together again. Is that even? Needs to wiggle down to the left a little bit. That looks better. Okay, so now we stick on the other magnet, glue it at it. And stick them together. You'll have to let me know which one you like better. Okay. All right. This seems like the front to me. Let's go ahead and put this piece on. You could make this contrasting if your handle was a different color like this one is. I could have done this piece in white and stamped in gray, or you can do any color combination you want. I did cut another snowflake with white this time, but my label size is different, so I'm not sure if this will fit on here how I want it to. So instead, I think I'll just stick with these opal rounds and maybe stick a few of those on and put this up on dimensionals. I do love my dimensionals. So I'll stick that there. Cute. I think my Take Your Pick tool is occupied at the moment in a travel bin somewhere, so I can just pick these up with my scissors. You know what would be cute is if I put a little, I think it will be cute. Let's try something. I want to think real quick. Okay, you can go back on your sheet for a second. I'm going to put a little circle up here for this to sit on, so we can give it kind of a clasped look. And I know that we don't have circle punches anymore, but I'm going to use one anyway. This is a 3/4 inch, and this one, ooh, throwing stuff again. Well, I just threw the 1/2 inch circle punch, and I'm not sure where it went. Oh, there it is. So let's see which one of these would work. I probably have a circle die somewhere, but this is going to be faster. That looks awful big, doesn't it? That might be too big. Let's try the 1/2 inch. Does that look weird? We'll stick this in the middle here for a second. Give it kind of a gem look. It kind of looks like one eyeball at the top. I don't know. I don't know about that. All right, let's bring this back in. Maybe we can stick this right there. That might be cute. All right, let's stick that there instead. Can we stick this on top of it? This is what crafting looks like. Nope, don't like that. Changed my idea. Next. That'll be good. Let's do that. Plan B. All right, let's put a little bit of glue on here. Oops, a little too much. Just some little dots. We do still have our precision glue, or the fine tip glue pen, I think, in online. It's not in the catalog, but I do believe that you can still get it. I just never liked it that much. But if you were a fan, I think you can still get it. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks better than the circle. And let's put a few more on there. We like the sparkle. Put it up there. And down here. Maybe right there. Okay, so there's our 2 little purses. Magnetic gift purses. Get all this other stuff out of the way. So let me know which one is your favorite. They're both cute. I think I like the pink one better though. It's super pink. I like the iridescent. But this one's cute too. It is shiny. So thanks for watching and have a fabulous Friday. Bye guys.